Hello and welcome to Making the Grade. I am Dave Dicke, your host today, sitting in for Superintendent Kelly Halverson. And this will be the final show of the season for Making the Grade, as the school year is just about over with. And because it is almost over with, we are going to be talking to some seniors today to get their reflections on the past school year and where they're headed in the future. And we want to welcome, for our first segment, we want to welcome Alyse Kamrowski. Nice to have you here, Alyse.
Thank you.
And Creighton Soukop. Nice to have you with us as well. All right, so to start off, first of all, welcome. And Alyse, we'll have you start things off with the first question here. What are some of the activities that you were involved in, not only senior year, but maybe throughout your whole career?
Throughout high school, I've been a part of the musicals, one act, I've done backstage crew, and then speech team, Shakespeare's in the schools, and then the spring play for 2 of the years.
So what, of those activities, is there any one of those that holds particular memory for you or that you enjoyed the most?
The musical usually, because it was just our bigger show and our bigger profit, and we put a lot of work into those usually.
Any favorite musical?
Freshman year was Spamalot, so that's my favorite one.
Fun one.
Yeah.
How about you, Creighton? Any? What are your favorite, or what were some of your activities from your high school career?
My main activity was a tech nest. So we're a student help desk that help students and teachers with any of their issues. And we also do little projects throughout the time, like making little videos or presentations. So
is there anything that you really enjoyed? Is one particular project maybe that you did for TechNest that you really enjoyed doing?
Recently we've started doing live streaming, and so that it's a new thing that we've never done before, so there's a lot of challenges that we have to work through and fix issues with the software and just directing the show actually to put out a quality product.
So you're basically kind of doing similar to what we're doing today, except it was a live stream instead of a taped program. Very cool. Alyse, what event do you look forward to most this year, and did it live up to your expectations?
Yeah, I ended up being a part of the musical again for the fall, and the last night was very emotional. It did live up to my expectations, though.
What part did you play?
I was a player for Pippin, so one of the background characters.
How about you, Creighton?
I really look forward to doing more stuff in the tech nest. We experimented with 3D printers, so playing with those and trying to see what we could make that's actually useful, or also like running mics during like band concerts and during Pet Fest was exciting.
So 3D printing, what was some of the cool things that you were able to do with that?
So we have like a Raspberry Pi, so we made a case for that.
I was thinking you made a Raspberry Pi with a 3D printer. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Raspberry Pi is a little computer that's like credit card size.
Okay.
And let's see.
You didn't make any arms or limbs?
No, not really. Our 3D printer broke after a little bit, so.
Too many Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
Alyse, in your high school career, and I guess in your senior year too, what are some of the accomplishments that you're most proud of?
For the senior year, I took service learning, so I got the opportunity to volunteer at Bluffy Montessori with UNC, and that was really nice to work with the kids and then watch them grow as young little kids.
How about you, Creighton? Anything that stands out?
This year we implemented like a team into the tech nest, so there's 3 groups, and I got chosen as one of the captains, so just watching, helping people with their projects and guiding them through that and helping them finish their projects in my group. And
it's a mentoring role
to
some of those younger kids. So share something with us about a teacher or a staff member, or was there a favorite class that you had that really meant a lot to you? We'll mix it up a little bit. We'll start with Creighton.
The teacher that's in charge of the tech nest, he said some nice things about how I handle situations and how I think about going about a project or guiding the team members through what they need to do and helping them get it done on time.
Right. How about you, Alyse?
For me, it would be Mrs. Walker. She retired last year, but for early on in high school, it was really nice to have her as an art teacher. And then for this year, it would be Miss Dawn, who teaches senior studio, and just to have her guidance has been nice.
And now you're at that point. We've got graduation is how close? And how many? Do you have it down to the hours yet, or are
No.
you still working on days?
Well, 4 more school days, then 2 Fridays away.
Okay. So now it's starting to get exciting. So what are your plans for the future, Alyse?
I'm going to Southeast Tech for nursing, and then when I get my RN, I want to continue my education for midwifery.
Very nice, very nice. And how about you?
So I am planning on going to Southeast Tech as well, and I'll be going for network administration. So IT field, and just applied for a job in the area for that and see if I get it, but planning to go into the IT field in the future.
So you like headaches? At least that's what I get when I have to work on my own IT stuff. Great, we need problem solvers like that, and we need folks to help care for those little ones as they come into the world as well. Is there anything, I guess, say, I don't know if funny is the right word, but is there just kind of something really fun that happened to you guys this year at school that maybe was an event that put on a pep fest or something that really was a lot of fun, maybe a little more fun than what you expected it was going to be?
We did a live stream of the special athletics competition, and it was fun just to run around there and make sure that everything was running right, and watching all the athletes run their races.
That was not to get too far off topic here, but that was a pretty big deal. There were 20-some schools or something like that, wasn't there? So you had a lot of ground to cover, and glad to hear that went well for you. How about you, Alyse?
I think the Pep Fests were pretty good, even though they can be kind of a disappointment, but it's okay. It's just odd feeling like how it's like, oh, this is my last this. So like having like the last Pep Fest was fun. Yeah.
So now that we're down to a few days and a couple of Fridays, you get a little mixed feelings about having to leave high school and get out into the world, or what do you think about right now as you kind of get on that threshold, that launching pad into the future?
A couple of months ago, I was like, I'm not sure about this, but as the time comes closer, I feel like I'm ready for it and ready to be done with homework and move on.
All right, how about you, Alyse?
I'm having mixed emotions too. Like I'm excited, but then also like kind of anxious for the future. But I'm ready to get out of high school and live my life, I guess. Yeah.
So as you get ready to go into the IT field, become a midwife, what at Winona Senior High helped you prepare, do you think, or helped get you onto that career path?
So I started out with just taking classes there in the business area and programming and classes like that. And then I was taking classes at Southeast Tech through the PSEO program. And so those opportunities helped me to realize that this is something that I want to do.
How about you, Alyse?
For me, PSEO helped a lot too when I took developmental psychology at Southeast. We watched a video about water births and etc. So that kind of got me excited in midwifery and just nursing in general as well.
All right, very good. That's about all the time we're going to have. I want to thank you both for being here today, taking a little time out of your senior schedule to be here. And congratulations to both of you and best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
We're going to take a real quick break and we'll be back with more Making the Grade in just a few moments here on HBC. Cost Cutters is your family's full-service salon specializing in cuts, colors, and curls. Visit any one of our professional stylists today and get the look you want for less.
Perfect.
Perfect. Perfect.
Getting the right look at the right price
Perfect.
is always in style at Cost Cutters.
Located in the professional building in the Winona Mall, 507-454-6030.
NASCAR racing is about a whole lot more than just cars going around a track. It's about people who drive, people who engineer, people who plan, people who know how to put it all together. Meet the people who make the cars go round every week on Raceline. Watch Raceline here every week.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. Getting the right look at the right price
Perfect.
is always in style at Cost Cutters.
Located in the professional building in the Winona Mall, 507-454-6030.
Cost Cutters is your family's full-service salon specializing in cuts, colors, and curls. Visit any one of our professional stylists today and get the look you want for less.
Ever wish you could just swing by the local office to pay your bill quickly rather than calling a toll-free number and speaking to a machine? When you join the HBC family, you get that and so much more with local office locations and customer care. Whether you have general questions or would like to upgrade your services, HBC is here in your community, providing an unrivaled, personalized experience. Switching is easy and installation is free, and we're so sure you'll love HBC, we offer a 30-day guarantee. Visit hbci.com to learn more or call 888-474-9995 to experience the HBC difference.
Welcome back to Making the Grade. I'm Dave Dicke, sitting in today for Kelly Halverson on this, the final Making the Grade of the season. And we are joined now by another Winona Senior High School senior. We are joined by Justine Blasi. And Justine, it's nice to have you with us today.
Nice to be here.
So we were talking earlier, you get to get out of a class when you come to do these things.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And I guess that can be good or a bad thing. Your work, was it a work
Work
study?
experience, yeah.
So you're kind of missing a fun thing, maybe.
Yeah, but that's okay.
All right. Well, we're glad you're here.
Thanks.
I think we'll start off with just what accomplishments are you the most proud of in your career at Winona Senior High School?
I think that I'm very proud of the fact that I'm gonna graduate on time and that I've been able to complete all of my classes with very good grades, and I'm very excited.
Is there anything that you think you'll remember most about your 4 years at senior high?
Yeah, I will always remember going to the special athletic competitions because I participate in those. And then this year I got to volunteer and participate, so I like to see the kids as they grow. And this year for me it wasn't about winning as much as it was just seeing the kids and see them have fun.
So what events do you participate in?
I do the 50-yard dash in my wheelchair, and then I do frisbee toss and softball.
Wow.
So
Really active in
yeah.
those. Do you get any
So-
time to rest between those events?
We do, and we get to eat. So it's a very fun time, but this year it was very cold.
Yes, it was. It was just a couple of weeks ago. So.
Yeah, it was cold.
So, what are some school traditions that you're most proud of?
I would have to say our snow days.
Huh?
I like when we have snow days, and I would assume that some other schools, like our different states that don't have our type of snow, don't have those.
Is there a particular teacher or someone on staff that, or maybe it was a class that meant a lot to you?
I have a few teachers that I look up to and that I enjoy, but I think that I would just really like to think that being able to be a part of the work experience program, because I got to shadow a teacher from the middle school. So a lot of people don't get to shadow teachers or jobs that they want to do for the rest of their life until like halfway through college or after college. So I'm very thankful for those teachers that were able to help me do that.
And now, we talked a little bit about you're not in your work experience class, and you do work with other students with disabilities.
Yep.
And can you tell us a little bit about that work and maybe how that's helped you in high school and those experiences?
Yeah, I just help the kids stay on track and get them prepared for them to be able to work out in the community after their time in school. So then most of them will go to like the ORC or the DAC.
So as we get down to the final days of your senior year, what do you plan to do after you graduate from senior high?
I plan to go to Southeast Tech and take my generals.
Okay. Any plans beyond that yet, or are you just going to kind of wait and see how things go?
I'm going to kind of wait and see how things go. I have a few things in mind. I want to possibly be a teacher. We're going to see what happens.
Right. Is there any kind of an event that happened at school in the last, this year or the last 4 years that really, that you really looked forward to each year?
Probably special athletic competition. Yeah. It's my favorite. I look forward to it every year.
Now, Creighton, who was in our last segment, talked about he worked on the tech side of that this year as they had it on, streamed it on the web.
Yep.
And so it's interesting to see how people can be involved in such different aspects of it. You can be not just a competitor or a coach, but you can also be on the other side of things to help spread the word.
Yes, it's a lot of fun, and I'm not sure, but I think this year was one of the first years that they've taped it, and so I think that that's really cool. And I know that my class that I go and help with spent the rest of the day, the next day, watching it and seeing themselves, and
that's always fun.
Yeah, it's cool to see what is all going on. When you're not participating, like how there's so many people there cheering you on, and even though it was cold, we had such a great turnout still.
Now, the other part of my question was, did it meet your expectations and live up to them? I'm assuming it did.
I think it did. The only thing that I disliked was that it was cold and that it should have been inside, but we don't get what we want all the time. So.
Right. And as far as moving on into the future, how did your time at Winona Senior High School help you with that and get ready for your adult life?
Just all the support that I have from the teachers with helping me complete assignments and classes. And again, I think that it's such a huge thing to be able to go out and work and like learn these life experiences, because I mean, a lot of people don't get that type of thing or as early as I did, so like I can still work on it in college, but I got a head start on it, so I'm very thankful for like having the opportunity to shadow the teacher that I was in her classroom with, and just to work on things that I plan on doing for a job maybe in the future.
Is there a particular teacher or a class that really stands out that you had over the last 4 years?
Not that I can think of. I think there's just small incidents that I really appreciate and that they helped me like decide on what I want to do with the rest of my life, and just being able to advocate for myself and other people with disabilities.
Very good. We're just about out of time for a segment. Is there anything else that you want to add, something that you can think of, maybe some encouraging words for others as they, who might be viewing this and are also going to be graduating from high school?
Just no matter how hard you think school is, like always ask for help and get your things done, and it'll be worth it, because graduating is a big deal and it feels good when you, I mean, I'm gonna walk across the stage, so I'm very excited about that.
So we're going to broadcast the graduation on HBC, so we will look for you walking across that stage and getting your diploma.
Awesome, I look forward to it.
All right, Justine, Blasi, thank you for being with us today. And congratulations on your graduation.
Thank you.
And that will wrap it up for us today for Making the Grade. We want to thank you for tuning in here throughout the past few months during the school year. And again, Making the Grade will start up again once the school year starts in September. So we're going to take a little summer break, and we'll have a new host next year as well. So we want to bid you a nice summer, and thank you for joining us today for Making the Grade.